This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
That 9 car won 4 of the first 8 races on the season, leads the championship coming into tonight. His closest rival coming in, Scott Heckert, is running 3rd, and Starapoli, oh, he's in the wall.
Hard to see what happened there. It looked like somebody was stacked up on the outside of him right there, Dave, and he went to overcorrect and get into the outside wall.
Crunched the front end of that car, and now you see the radiator making a deposit on the Richmond International Raceway surface.
Yeah, going to be a lengthy repair there for his crew. They're certainly going to have to cut some of the nose back and get a new radiator put in there.
Let's see what happened.
Looks like hard racing right here. They're all bunched up right there. There he is in the middle. Ronnie Bassett on the outside. Looks like he gets squeezed by somebody from behind right there. That's Eddie McDonald on the bottom. Can't make out who that looks like. Maybe Brandon Jones, maybe?
Yellow and black car is the 33 of Brandon Jones. Let's take a second angle and see if that gives us a better idea of what happened.
It doesn't lose speed when he's not passing somebody.
J.J. Haley in the 5 has fallen back since the restart. He was on row 3 as we got going, but now he's battling for 11th with Noah Gragson.
And hard to tell. He's on the bottom right there. Maybe a little too free. You just can't get that forward drive off the corner right there because Noah made it look easy going around the outside.
Gragson, that 55, has been taking that extreme high line through 3 and 4, and the championship leader in the K&N Pro Series West is going to get that spot. Again, we mentioned the championship hunt that he is involved in. Just 2 points over Chris Eggleston. That'll be a championship to watch as they wind down their season in the West. 2 races to go here in the East. Only Dover remains after tonight. Byron, Heckert, and Austin Hill all in contention for that championship.
Every series, the K&N East, the K&N West, and the Modifieds are all got in huge tight point battles. I mean, just separated by a handful of points.
And we're looking at Ryan Preece here in that black number 41, Frank. We talked about Spencer Davis, too. We had the report from Derek. What's a modified driver got to do to drive one of these full-body stock cars? What do they have to change in their thinking?
Well, first of all, they're underpowered. I mean, a modified has got an extreme amount of horsepower, and they've got a lot wider tires, so the grip level in the corner is more, and they can stand in the gas a lot harder on a modified. So really here, they got to be patient with the gas. You know, the tires are harder compound, they're narrower, more difficult to hook the car up because it's a heavier race car as well. The power being reduced actually helps him a little bit because of the fact that he can go to the gas, similar to what he did with the modified, and the power isn't going to spin the tires on him, but it's very difficult to get used to one of these cars as heavy as they are with as narrow tires in comparison to the modified.
You see Kaz Grala in the 3 working the inside, trying to take the 8th position from Rico Abreu. Behind them, Trey Hutchins, who started 19th. A little smoke from the 3 car there.
Every time we see Rico Abreu, he's battling up for 8th spot, isn't he?
Yeah, you're right. You mentioned it before. Not moving forward, not falling back, just holding what he's got right now.
And that's okay. For his first time here, at Richmond in a K&N car, he's done a great job all year long. Just continue to be patient and learn. He had some wrecks early in the year. Seems like he's got that out of his system. And, just taking what the car will give him here. And if it's 8th place, it's 8th place.
And he's got something that Kaz Grala, whose stats you just looked at, doesn't have, and that's a win. Of course, Abreu, the winner at Columbus Motor Speedway earlier this year. Now Hutchins in that black number 14, peeking to the inside, maybe following the line that Grala has.
Yeah, and Trey Hutchins is somebody that I said earlier, he was fast in practice. They felt like he'd be able to drive up through, but he has not run all the races this year. Hence, he had to start in the back because of the rain out.
We're chasing the weather here at Richmond, but the drivers are chasing Austin Hill, who still leads. Thanks for joining us again at Richmond International Raceway. It's the UNOH 100 for the K&N Pro Series East. Dave Burns along with Frank Stoddard and Derek Perniciglio down on pit lane. Austin Hill continues to lead in that white and orange 22, and it's a lead he needs with 2 races remaining in the K&N Pro Series East season. He entered tonight 23 points behind the championship leader. He's doing what he needs to do, Frank.
Yeah, and William Byron has fallen outside the top 5 right now, so the points could really change drastically tonight. But Dylan Bassett has moved to 2nd, and he is starting to chase Austin Hill down a little bit here. So right now, Austin Hill has got to fight this lap traffic, make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, and hope we don't get a caution.
You see him working up to the back of Sergio Pena in the 42, continuing to race for his friend Jay Beasley, who is out ill. And Pena, the winner at VIR, is unfortunately going to go a lap down right here. Man, Hill's car looks good.
It does look good, and he knows, listen, rain is coming. I mean, I would be very surprised if we get the full distance here, looking out as dark as it looks right now.
So the orange and white 22, that is Hill. Behind him, the 44, the blue and white car, that'll be Dylan Bassett. And here we see Scott Heckert in the 34 and Dalton Sargent in the 51. That's the fight for third.
And again, these are, and there's William Byron right there. He is in 5th right now, but Scott Heckert is ahead of him, and that's just what he's got to keep doing, is just getting a few points every week. Going into Dover, if he can keep that thing 14, 15 points back, he's got a shot at it.
And so you wonder, 15 points coming into the night, is that enough for William Byron?
No, it's not enough of a lead. I mean, no, absolutely not. Listen, anything can happen at Dover. We're going to have a big field at Dover. I would expect 30 cars in that race, maybe more. And so that's a place where if he gets it, you get in an accident there, usually your day is over. It's not a place where you can just spin out and keep going. Usually when you spin out at Dover, Delaware, you're putting a front or rear clip on the car.
So that's got to be tough for a young guy, 18-year-old, like the driver of the 9 car, William Byron. All this pressure, Frank, to just sort of hold on to what you got. Can you be aggressive?
Not right now. He can't be aggressive. I mean, he needs to just make sure that he keeps these guys within earshot of him. I mean, he's right there with Scott Heckert. Giving up a point or two is okay for William Byron. I mean, it's not what he wants to do, but it's okay. Don't give up 10 points here tonight by trying to overdrive a car that is not capable of winning right now.
Sargent wants that 3rd spot, and he's got it over his teammate Scott Heckert. So Dalton Sargent, after a night that he's not been able to lead yet, finally moves his way back into the top 3.
And see, right now, Dalton Sargent is William Byron's friend, because moving him by Scott Heckert just gives him a point back to the William Byron side.
Of course, Byron now can see Heckert. So the 51, the 34, the 9, they're all teammates. They race well together. And behind them, Spencer Davis in the 20.
Yeah, and William Byron's mirror is going to be full of Spencer Davis, I'm afraid. I look at the 20 car, he's right on the bottom right there, and William Byron just has been struggling to get off the corner.
So on a night when he knows his car is not the best, he's got to hang on to it and maintain and keep all the points he can, doesn't he, Frank?
Yeah, that's what's critical. I mean, every little point, just don't make a mistake. Just be calm inside the race car. You get the crew chief and the spotter telling him, hey, listen, yeah, we know Austin Hill's leading the race, but Austin Hill was the furthest one back of those 3 of Scott Heckert. Scott Heckert was 2nd going into this race. So really, his race is about racing Scott Heckert. He'll worry about Austin Hill and where the points land with him. We got a caution.
You see Spencer Davis made that pass that you were talking about. And this might be for a little moisture, Frank.
And that's a critical pass right there, because that's another point right there. And this will close the gap up to where Austin Hill, if we do not get back going here from this rain, then Austin Hill is going to be within 13, 14 points probably of the lead when it all shakes out. So now you're going to have 2 guys that William Byron's going to have to worry about. And by the way, Austin Hill has won the last 2 races at Dover, Delaware, Dave.
And I'll say it again, Frank, he was 28th in the first practice today. So the hope for the 22 team was relying on the team to make changes.
Well, he likes this rain right here, I can tell you that.
It is raining at Richmond International Raceway. Will it put a stop to tonight's action, or will Austin Hill have to fight him off again when we come back? He did come out of the box guns a-blazing, winning the first race of the year at New Smyrna Speedway. It's raining here at Richmond, and unfortunately, that has brought a stop to the action here. NASCAR hasn't called the race yet, but they're going slowly behind the pace car, Frank.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, talking about that deal with Austin Hill a little bit, I think that this is the worst case scenario for William Byron. If he Austin Hill ends up getting the win here tonight, for him to have closed up that tight with winning back-to-back the last 2 times that the K&N E-Series has been to Dover, that's going to put an extreme amount of pressure on William Byron, knowing that Austin Hill is probably the best driver and the best team going into Dover, and he's going to have to battle him out for the championship. I think if Scott Heckert had won and closed up, he feels like his position is a little bit better, but I don't think he likes what he sees right now when he sees the final points, if in fact we do not get back to green.
You didn't even see him there in the top 5 graphic. William Byron currently 6th on the racetrack after leading early here tonight. A lot of rain this afternoon. It washed out qualifying. They started the race in position by the NASCAR rulebook. That put Byron on the pole, and he was able to lead the first handful of laps in this event. But after a restart, Byron and the 22 of Hill got together. Heckert led a lap. and then Hill was able to take the point and holds it now.
Yeah, and I think that the other thing is going on right now is running around under the caution right here. Depends on how many laps we run. Austin Hill could end up being the guy that leads the most laps here tonight over William Byron, so that's going to be critical.
The championship down to these final 2 races. Richmond here, Dover in a couple of weeks, October 2nd to be exact, and that will determine who takes the crown this year. Rain falling now a little bit harder. NASCAR has the cars rolling along behind the pace car, but it's not looking good, Frank.
No, it's not. The track hasn't changed complete color yet. I mean, once it goes to a black-looking color out there, you know, I'm afraid NASCAR probably will not take the time to restart and to dry the track. It's going to take them an hour and a half to dry it. Right now, it's still in the gray mode, but they're losing it quickly, I'm afraid.
And if you're Austin Hill, you're on the radio saying, man, it's a deluge out here right now.
Yeah, I can't even see to drive.
Can't see a thing. Can't even see that 44 in the mirror behind me.
And I'll be honest, if you're William Byron, I think he's saying the same thing because, you know, he doesn't want to go back to a double file restart going down in turn 1, you know, with the track being green again. His car hasn't been driving very good anyway. You see, we just saw him lose a spot to Spencer Davis. There's guys that could pass him from behind, so I think he'd take this and go home.
Byron again in the 9 car, running 6th, leading the championship coming into tonight, and will presumably do so as we leave. It's been soggy here at Richmond. They started late because of a big downpour in the middle of the afternoon. Qualifying was washed out. You saw Byron getting the jump at the get-go. Patrick Staropoli with trouble in the 99. He brings out the night's first caution. And on the restart, Austin Hill and the 9 of William Byron get together. Scott Heckert shoots through on the inside in the 34. He leads a lap, but Hill would come back to take the point and has not given it up since as Byron began to fade back in that 9 car, losing valuable points to his championship rivals. And who's happier about the rain, the guy who's possibly going to get the W, or the guy who may be fading on the track and trying to hang on to his championship?
I think it's probably a flip of a coin right now.
And Dylan Bassett in the 44 running second. Man, he'd love for this thing to go green again. He was coming.
Yeah, and I think that's why Austin Hill would be happy that this rain came because his tires looked like they were starting to go away. I think he had fought pretty hard early to try to lead a lot of laps and make sure he got those bonus points for leading the most laps. And I think that Dylan Bassett's been sitting back there taking care of his tires. And absolutely, that could change things. I mean, if we go back green, you know, Austin Hill doesn't want to see this because he knows that he could end up losing the lead. And that would be huge on him for the points.
Exactly. Came in 23 behind William Byron to start the evening. And winning the race, he gets that bonus 3. That's big.
I think probably the only one really that wants to see this restarted would probably be Dylan Bassett in the 44. I think the other guys, you know, Scott Heckert, he feels like his car's probably been a 3rd or 4th place car. You know, he's running 4th right now. And there we go, checkered flag.
There it is, the yellow and the checkered right there at the flag stand. And this race has been won by Austin Hill. He outlasts the field. He outlasts the rain to end up in victory lane. We'll talk to him when we come back.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.